Welcome. Today we're going to talk about the benefits of iPads in the classroom. But before we start, let's imagine getting the group of IT geeks in one spot and asking them about their opinions of iPads in the classroom. Stand back and wait for the storm of opposition that's going to come towards you because they have security issues. Their concerns are valid, but for now, let's put those concerns aside and let's talk about the benefits of iPads in the classroom. Speaking of computers, we should point out that computers were to change, they were expected to change the way education was brought to the students. And while they've done that, they just haven't evolved as much as people thought that they were going to help the students. So the iPads could potentially be the resolution for transforming education into the digital era. Points that we should consider while looking at the benefits of iPads in the classroom is that 75% of the students believe that iPads enhance their education and learning ability. 86% of those students say that the iPads help them to retain the information that they're learning in the classrooms better. They've been learning with the iPads and with mobile devices since they were little bitty children. So why can't the educational system meet them where they are already? The three largest publishers of textbooks that produce 90% of the textbooks, they have all partnered with Apple to produce digital versions of those textbooks. Take, for instance, Limestone College. We have several classes that I've experienced that use digital textbooks, and they're phenomenal. They're much better, they're more portable, they're easier to understand for me as a technology graduate. Another thing that we could look at is class blogs. Class blogs are much easier to maintain and work with on an iPad because it helps the students to be more mobile. It gets them interactive with the class discussions. Say you've got a shy student who's afraid to talk. I did this in school, haven't we all? That class discussion, that class blog, helps them express their feelings and concerns and their thoughts in digital format instead of having to make them stand up in the classroom and speak. Otherwise, you get little Johnny going while he's trying to talk, which is not a good thing. One of the things that I experienced was my first 3 classes at Limestone 3 years ago required class discussions and discussion boards and blogs. And I'm going, oh no, we can't do this. At that point, can we all say panic attack? Now that I'm a senior, those classes discussion boards are easier, but the panic is still there. But had I been blogging since I was in the first grade or second grade, I think that those discussions and blogs would be easier than they are for me now as an adult. Another thing that makes the iPads great for the classroom is because you can get on the video programs like Skype and open up the world for the children outside of the 4 walls of that classroom. And you can get into discussions with students in China, for instance. They can learn languages, foreign languages. The students in China can learn English through the American students, and the American students can learn Chinese. Just open up that world and just let them discover everything outside of that classroom wall. Now, let's look at the numbers for the accounting people in the room. How much are these iPads going to cost per classroom? For each classroom, we're going to need 30 iPads, 30 keyboards, 30 headsets, 30 styluses, and 30 headphones. Plus, we're going to need 8 USB ports. They're multi-ports so they can plug in 8 different iPads at one time for charging, for a total cost per classroom of $12,880. Yes, that's expensive, but put it with the cost of with regular books, instead of regular books, and you're not looking at that much of a greater of a cost. Implementation of the iPads is fairly simple. The implementation can be done over the summer. The teachers come in the first couple of weeks prior to the students' return in any way, so they can be trained on any iPads. Most of them should know how to use an iPad, but they can be trained on the iPads. They can be trained on the different technology, the different applications that the iPad should use. Once the students return, then the permission slips for the iPads, the insurance information for just in case they get lost or broken, that can all go home to the parents. Within weeks, the iPads can be up and functional in the classrooms, and the students could be learning through those programs. Therefore, my recommendation is to use iPads in the classroom. The technology is changing so rapidly. Why can't we embrace our future leaders of America and enhance their education through iPads? Thank you.